Imagine that you have low-level literacy skills, and your boss is beginning to notice that you are not as efficient as the other workers. He knows that it is due to your low capability to read and perform basic math, but he thinks it would be easier just to let you go. Where does this leave you? As an underskilled worker, that leaves you jobless with no way to financially support your family. If only there were some sort of literacy support program for adults that could help you overcome this hardship. Today I would like to tell you why it is necessary for underskilled workers to receive literacy support in order for businesses to maintain efficiency. Specifically, I will discuss with you how illiteracy affects efficiency and productivity in the workplace and why it is vital for employers to have literacy training available to its workers. First, let's look at the relationship between illiteracy and efficiency. Literacy can negatively impact individuals. There are several reasons for inefficiency and low productivity in the workplace, including inadequate supervision of employees, poor workday planning or organization skills, poor communication between employees, and inadequate skills to perform a job. It is fairly obvious why each of these factors leads to a less efficient workplace, but I would like to dig a little deeper into how inadequate skills to perform a job, or more specifically, illiteracy, creates this inefficiency and low productivity level. According to an article written by Donald J. Ford called 3 R's in the Workplace, many illiterate employees become skillful at hiding their problem by becoming keen observers and mimicking the behaviors of others around them. For this reason, illiterate workers' inability to read, write, and do simple math may be mistaken as laziness or incapability to perform tasks as assigned. Though this may not be the case, illiterate workers still create inefficiency in a work environment, as they cannot simply read instructions or other documents, making it necessary to find other ways to get the information, which decreases work efficiency. Also, according to an article called Illiteracy at Work, the U.S. Department of Labor estimates that illiteracy costs U.S. businesses about $225 billion a year in lost productivity. The costs stem from employee mistakes, injuries, absenteeism, tardiness, missed opportunities, and other problems associated with illiteracy. A few common signs of illiteracy include an influx in minority workers into the workforce, an increase in accidents and safety problems, and changes in the characteristics or responsibilities of jobs. Illiteracy in the United States is a much bigger problem than many of us realize. According to an article written by Robert Roy Britt titled 14% of U.S. Adults Can't Read, statistics released by the U.S. Education Department show that some 32 million U.S. adults lack basic prose literacy skill. That means they can't read a newspaper or even the instructions on the bottle of pills. This is a substantial issue when considering that our unemployment rate continues to increase, leaving many unskilled workers jobless. With this many workers unemployed, it does not only put a strain on each individual and their family, but on food banks, social services, and other resources as well. For example, according to an article provided by Feeding America titled Unemployment Reaches Record Levels, Food Banks Struggle to Feed Hungry Americans, as unemployment rates in the U.S. reach record levels, Feeding America, the nation's largest domestic organization, warned that the nation's food banks could soon be overwhelmed by demand. Though illiteracy is not the main cause of unemployment and inefficiency in the workplace, it is a contributive factor that can be solved with employer involvement through provided literacy support. By making literacy support available to its workers, an employer can not only ensure that productivity will increase, but also that employees are properly trained, requiring less supervision, and that they are contributing to a lower population of the illiterate. Support can be provided in several ways, including in-house testing of literacy skills, followed by training to eliminate, or by utilizing community college or computer-based programs. According to Literacy Chicago, improved workplace literacy can increase employees' efficiency, effectiveness, and productivity on the job. As a result, employers experience greater customer satisfaction and process improvement, a lower incidence of accidents, reduced waste, and fewer errors. Also, improved workplace literacy through investing in training of an existing workforce contributes to a smoother running and more profitable business. This means that instead of letting employees go to inefficiency or illiteracy, they should instead be trained in order to reduce high cost of turnover. It is more cost-effective to train the employees already in place than to constantly let employees go and hire new ones. Not only will a business retain revenue through their established workforce, but they will also profit as efficiency and productivity of its employees begins to increase due to provided literacy support. As you can see, literacy support in a work environment can potentially benefit both employee and employer, giving underskilled workers the training necessary to sustain employment. Providing this support increases productivity in workers as well as efficiency in the workplace, as employees gain the tools and skills necessary to allow them more job responsibility and require less supervision. In addition to benefiting workers through improved literacy, employers also see return as they improve the probability of higher profit for their companies. For these reasons, it is not only beneficial but imperative that companies supply literacy support to their existing workers.